When coherence is absent, the internal system, the heart, the brain, and the nervous system becomes fragmented, leading to a mismatch between your intentions and the outcomes you receive. The body is in a state of survival, overwhelmed by stress hormones, and the mind is pulled in different directions, replaying past regrets or worrying about future fears. Even if you are consciously thinking of abundance or success, your body is not aligned with these thoughts. It is still vibrating with fear, scarcity, and survival-based thinking. This is the root of inconsistency in manifestation. The body's signals contradict the mental state of desire, and this dissonance is picked up by the quantum field. The field, being a perfect mirror, reflects back the chaotic, misaligned energy you are emitting. And that energy is fragmented, just like the fractured state of your mind and body. To manifest effectively, you must learn to harmonize your inner system. This is why so many people feel stuck. Their mind may be set on a goal, but their body, their nervous system, and even their emotions are still caught in a cycle of fear, scarcity, and survival. No amount of mental effort or positive affirmations can overcome this deep misalignment. The body and mind must work in unison, resonating at the same frequency for manifestation to occur. The key to breaking through this barrier is coherence. When the heart, mind, and body are synchronized, they emit a unified signal that the field can respond to. When you achieve this internal harmony, your energy becomes coherent, and the quantum field collapses in alignment with your intention. Coherence is the state where you stop fighting, stop pushing, and stop chasing. You simply become the vibration of your desired outcome. You embody it, and in that embodiment, reality adjusts to match your frequency. Imagine you are a radio. When your frequency is scattered, you can't tune into a clear station. The static is overwhelming, and the music you want to hear is distorted. But when you achieve coherence, when the heart and mind are synchronized, your body is calm and your energy is aligned, the static clears. You tune into the frequency of your desires, and suddenly the music flows. You don't have to force it. You don't have to chase it. It's already there, and the field can only reflect what you are already vibrating. Manifestation is not a technique that you do. It's a state of being that you embody. This is why it's so important to stop focusing solely on the outcome and start focusing on your state of being. The world often tells you that you need to visualize more, try harder, or work longer, but this only reinforces the idea that you are separated from your desires. It's a cycle of constantly reaching, struggling, and never fully arriving. True manifestation happens when you align your internal state with your external desires. The field responds to your being, not to your doing. When you shift from trying to embodying, everything changes. You stop demanding the universe to respond and instead allow it to respond to you. This is the paradox that many never understand. The more you try, the more you reinforce separation. The more you relax and align, the more you attract. This shift is not just a change in mindset, it's a change in your energetic vibration. Your thoughts, emotions, and body must be in harmony for the universe to reflect your desires back to you. This process is not about controlling the field. It's about becoming a clear channel for the field to respond to. The more aligned you are internally, the clearer the signal you emit, and the more precisely the field will manifest the reality you desire. The science of coherence shows that when you achieve this alignment, your heart's electromagnetic field becomes stronger and more organized. The brain synchronizes with the heart's rhythm, and your body operates as one cohesive unit. When this happens, the energy you emit is clear, strong, and magnetic. The quantum field responds to this signal, collapsing into the reality that matches your coherent energy. To create coherence, you must focus on aligning your heart, mind, and body. This is not about mental effort or thinking harder. It's about allowing your mind to be calm, your heart to be open, and your body to be at ease. Practices like meditation, deep breathing, and conscious relaxation can help facilitate this alignment. When you relax and allow the energy to flow through you, you move from a state of tension and resistance to a state of ease and flow. The more you embody this state of coherence, the more your external reality shifts to match it. You stop struggling to make things happen and instead allow them to unfold naturally. This is where true manifestation lies, not in the pushing and pulling, but in the receiving. When you live in a state of coherence, you no longer need to chase after your desires. They come to you because you have already embodied them within yourself. The quantum field is vast and full of infinite potential. It is waiting for you to align with it, but it doesn't respond to your thoughts alone. It responds to the energy you emit. This is why so many manifestation techniques fail. If your energy is misaligned, if your body, mind, and emotions are in conflict with your desires, then no amount of wishing or visualizing will bring your desires into reality. The key is to bring all aspects of yourself into alignment, to embody the frequency of your desires so completely that the universe has no choice but to reflect it back to you. Manifestation is not about forcing your desires into reality. It is about relaxing into the state where your desires already exist. The more you let go of resistance, the more you step into your power. When you embody the frequency of your desires, you no longer chase them, you become them. And when you become them, reality shifts in response. One of the most profound aspects of this process is learning to trust the unfolding of your desires. The universe is always listening, always responding, but it can only respond to what you are vibrating. So, if you are constantly vibrating with lack, fear, or doubt, that is what the universe will reflect. But if you are vibrating with abundance, love, and trust, that is what the universe will reflect. The field responds to your coherence, not to your desperation or effort. This process is not about waiting passively for things to happen. It's about trusting that the universe is always working in your favor, even when you can't see the immediate results. When you align with your desires, you are no longer attached to when or how they manifest. You trust that they are already on their way, and that trust creates the space for them to unfold naturally. One of the most powerful shifts you can make is to stop focusing solely on the end result and start focusing on your alignment in every moment. The more you focus on being in coherence, the more naturally the universe will reflect your desires. It's not about forcing the process, but about trusting it. And as you trust, the field will respond with everything you need to manifest your desires. The key to manifestation lies not in the mind, but in the alignment of the heart, mind, and body. When all parts of you are in coherence, you emit a powerful magnetic energy that the quantum field cannot resist. The more you align with your desires, the more the field will reflect those desires back to you. This is the missing piece that has been misunderstood for centuries. It's not about effort, it's about alignment. When you align your energy, your desires will unfold effortlessly. The universe doesn't need to be forced. It simply responds to the energy you emit. This is the true science of manifestation, alignment, resonance, and coherence. It is not about struggling to create your reality. It's about relaxing into the flow of the universe and allowing your desires to manifest naturally. A coherent state collapses into a coherent reality. This is why states like gratitude, love, and presence are so powerful. They bring your internal system into order, projecting clarity into the quantum field. But coherence is not just an emotional state, it is physical, measurable, and deeply practical. Studies at the HeartMath Institute have shown that when people enter states of appreciation or compassion, their heart rhythms shift into smooth, sine wave-like patterns. The brain then synchronizes with these rhythms, creating an optimal state for perception, intuition, and creation. In this state, the body is no longer sending mixed signals of fear and hope. It broadcasts one clear frequency. Imagine the difference between a broken orchestra where each instrument plays a different tune and a symphony in perfect harmony. Only one of them can truly move the audience. The field works in the same way. This is also why affirmations often fail. You might repeat, "I am abundant," but if your body is vibrating with anxiety and fear, your words are out of coherence with your state. The field doesn't mirror the words you say, it mirrors the frequency you emit. When coherence is present, no words are needed. The signal is already complete. This is why some people manifest effortlessly without needing endless rituals, while others struggle for years. The difference is not luck or divine favoritism. It is coherence. The body aligned with the heart aligned with the mind, and the mind aligned with the state of already being. Here lies the incomplete puzzle that leaves the mind restless. If coherence is the missing ingredient, how can it be cultivated deliberately? Can you generate coherence at will instead of waiting for fleeting moments of joy or inspiration? The answer is yes. There are precise ways to use breath, focus, and embodiment to shift instantly into coherence, sending a unified signal into the field. This is where the hidden science becomes a living practice. The next step is the revelation of the ritual itself, a practice that takes coherence from theory into direct experience. Knowledge without practice remains an incomplete circuit. You can understand coherence conceptually and agree with the science and spirituality behind it, but unless you embody it, the field doesn't move. The missing ingredient must become a lived frequency, not just an intellectual understanding. This is where ritual enters not superstition, but a structure, a repeatable pathway that carries you from fragmentation into alignment. The embodiment ritual is simple. It's not complex or reserved for mystics or advanced practitioners. It is direct and powerful because it bypasses thought and speaks directly to the body, the heart, and the field. Start by finding a quiet space where your body can rest without interruption. Sit with your spine upright or lie down comfortably, but keep your awareness alert. Close your eyes and allow the external world to fade into the background. Inhale deeply through your nose, drawing the breath into your belly, expanding your chest and filling your lungs fully. As you inhale, imagine that you are pulling the quantum field into your body, pulling in all possibilities, all potential with that breath. At the peak of your inhale, pause for a moment and silently declare within, I live. This is the recognition of existence, the acknowledgement that you are not separate from the field, you are part of it. Then exhale slowly through your mouth, releasing with control, letting the breath flow like a steady stream. As you exhale, whisper silently to yourself in coherence. This is the anchoring, the embodiment, the alignment. With each breath cycle, the breath becomes more than just an exchange of oxygen. It becomes a decree. Inhale, I live. Exhale, incoherence. Inhale, potential. Exhale, alignment. With each cycle, the body relaxes, the heart rhythm begins to smooth out, and the mind starts to quiet. Gradually, the signal you send into the field shifts from scattered noise to coherent vibration. Continue this rhythm for several minutes. At first, your thoughts may wander and your body may resist, but the breath will guide you back. Each cycle builds upon the last, layering coherence into your state. Soon, you'll feel the shift, not as an idea, but as a presence, a subtle hum of alignment moving through your body. The nervous system calms, the heart expands, and the mind feels less like a restless chatterbox and more like a still lake, reflecting clarity. This is the embodiment ritual in action. Simple, accessible, but powerful enough to collapse potential into form. The real magic lies in that the ritual is not a performance, it's identity training. Every time you breathe in this way, you are teaching your body what coherence feels like. You are training yourself to memorize alignment. Over time, coherence becomes less of a practice and more of your natural state. You stop doing coherence and begin living coherence. This is what Neville Goddard meant when he said to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. It's not about pretending, it's about rehearsing until the rehearsal becomes your reality. And now comes the moment to anchor this practice, not just in your body, but in your community. The comment you type is not just words, it's a signal, a public declaration, a ripple across the field that others will feel. Type in the comments, I live in coherence. Each comment strengthens the collective resonance. Every word multiplies the vibration. What you embody alone is powerful, but what we embody together creates a wave that spreads further than any of us can see. Still, there remains one obstacle that threatens to undo even the most powerful practice: the cycle of waiting. Waiting for the external world to shift, slipping back into doubt when the mirror takes too long to reflect your inner state. To truly live in the God state, this cycle must be broken once and for all. This is what we will uncover next. How to dismantle the trap of delayed reality so that coherence becomes not just a practice, but a permanent way of being. One of the most seductive illusions in manifestation is the idea of waiting. You practice your ritual, declare your affirmations, and visualize your desires. Then you wait. You look outside yourself for proof. scanning your circumstances like a scientist peering through a microscope, searching for evidence that the universe has responded. Days pass, weeks pass, sometimes months. When the external world doesn't shift as quickly as you hoped, doubt creeps in. You start to think perhaps the ritual failed. Perhaps you didn't focus enough. Perhaps you are not worthy. This is the trap of delayed reality. The belief that manifestation happens in the future rather than in the present. The truth is, waiting itself generates delay. The moment you embody the frequency of waiting, the field mirrors it with more waiting. The future becomes a horizon you never reach, always one step further away. You think you are practicing patience, but in quantum terms, you are broadcasting postponement. And the universe, flawless in its honesty, collapses reality to reflect exactly that. This is why so many people feel stuck in cycles of longing. They are not actually manifesting. They are practicing delay disguised as hope. Think of it like tuning a radio. You don't beg the station to play your song. You don't sit in silence hoping that eventually the music will drift through the static. You simply turn the dial until you reach the correct frequency, and instantly the music flows. There is no delay in the broadcast, only delay in the tuning. Manifestation works the same way. The music of your desired reality is already playing. The God state is already broadcasting. The question is not whether the station exists. It is whether you are tuned to it right now. This is why every so-called failure of manifestation is actually proof of success. Each time you experienced lack, frustration, or delay, it was evidence that the field responded with absolute precision to your state. You were tuned to the wrong frequency. The mirror wasn't broken, it was flawless. The disappointment you felt wasn't punishment, it was feedback. And once you reinterpret failure as feedback, you gain the power to shift. The trap of delayed reality dissolves the moment you understand that manifestation is immediate because state is immediate. Science supports this in surprising ways. Studies of perception reveal that the brain does not passively record reality, it actively predicts it. Your nervous system constantly projects expectations into the environment, shaping what you see, what you notice, and what you attract. This means your future is not waiting to unfold. It is being constructed moment by the state you inhabit. The body is not a passive observer, it is the builder. The field is not an external force, it is a mirror responding in real time. To live in delay is to construct delay. To live in coherence is to construct coherence. This is also why people can briefly touch the God state in meditation and then lose it when they open their eyes. The moment they return to checking the mirror, asking, "Has it worked yet?" they leave coherence and step back into waiting. They slip into the trap of delayed reality without even noticing. The journey of manifestation is not a straight path. It's a continual process of realigning your frequency to match the reality you desire. Every moment you spend in alignment, you are not just waiting for the universe to shift. You are shifting yourself. You are tuning to the right station, not through effort, but through coherence. The more you live in that coherence, the faster and more naturally the field will reflect your desires. The trap of waiting has no place in a life aligned with effortless manifestation. It is the signal of delay, and once you break that cycle, you will find that manifestation is not a far-off event, but a constant unfolding of your true state of being. The challenge is not about accessing the God state, it's about remaining there when life tests you, when circumstances seem unchanged, when the mirror has not yet caught up. To live in the hidden science of manifestation, you must reverse the sequence. Stop waiting for proof before you embody. Embody first, and proof inevitably follows. This brings us to the final revelation, the vision that closes the loop. If the field mirrors state instantly, then true mastery is not about rituals, techniques, or endless effort. It is about living permanently in the God state, where coherence is not something you practice occasionally, but something you embody in every moment. The question remains, how do you step beyond practice into permanence? That is the secret we are about to unlock, the way to live the hidden science of quantum manifestation every single day. The hidden science of quantum manifestation is not hidden because it is complicated. It is hidden because it is simple. And simplicity is often the last thing the restless mind accepts. The mind craves complexity, endless steps, long rituals, secret formulas. But the truth has been here all along. Reality collapses according to your state of being. Not your words, not your waiting, not your desperate attempts to convince the field. The God state is not an achievement, it is a remembrance. It is not something you reach for, it is something you live from. To live in the God state every day means to invert the order of life as you've been taught. Most people allow the external world to dictate their internal state. If the bank account looks full, they feel secure. If the relationship feels stable, they feel worthy. If the body is healthy, they feel grateful. But this is a reversal of the true mechanics of manifestation. Outcomes are reflections, not sources. When you allow reflections to control your state, you become a slave to the mirror. The hidden science asks you to reverse this order. Choose coherence first. Choose embodiment first. And the mirror has no choice but to follow. This is not denial, it is creation. Science tells us that perception itself is predictive. Your brain and nervous system are actively building the future you experience. Spirituality tells us the same thing, though in different language. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. When you live this way, the future is no longer delayed, it unfolds with you. As you embody every breath, every thought becomes alignment, and every action becomes coherence. You stop practicing manifestation and start living it. And here lies the liberation. Permanence does not mean perfection. Challenges still arise, life still tests, the world still shifts. But in the God state, you no longer lose yourself when the mirror seems slow to respond. You remain coherent, you breathe, you embody, and the field eventually aligns. The test of permanence is not whether storms stop coming, but whether you remain centered when they do. Living the hidden science every day means refusing to be dragged back into waiting, into longing, into lack. It means choosing coherence again and again until it becomes the only language your body speaks. This is not just an individual practice, it is a collective movement. Every person who embodies coherence strengthens the resonance in the field, making it easier for others to remember. Each breath you take in coherence contributes to a ripple beyond yourself. This is why community matters. This is why anchoring your state through ritual and shared declaration matters. The hidden science is not a personal trick. It is a universal law. And when more of us live it daily, the mirror of the world begins to reflect a new frequency for all. To take this further, to anchor these truths beyond inspiration and into practical daily embodiment, I created something for you. The ebook Awaken Your Quantum Power, along with a companion practical guide. Inside, you will find exercises and frameworks to live coherence, to practice it until it becomes your natural state, and to experience the God state not as a concept, but as a lifestyle. The link is in the pinned comment below. Explore it, embody it, and let it guide you deeper. Because the hidden science of quantum manifestation is not about discovering something outside of you, it is about remembering who you have always been. You are not waiting for the door to open, you are the door. You are not begging the mirror to change, you are the change. When you live this every day, not as effort but as identity, the universe has no choice but to reflect the truth of what you have become. Coherence embodied, the God state revealed. The secret to quantum manifestation lies in understanding the coherence between your inner world and the external field of reality. When you start living from a place of coherence, the external world will mirror that back to you in ways that you can't imagine. This is why manifestation is not about doing more or struggling harder, it's about embodying the state you want to experience in your life. When you align yourself with the frequency of abundance, love, health, and success, the field responds to you with those exact qualities. But here's where most people get caught up. They believe they have to control the outcome. They think that if they try hard enough or struggle long enough, the universe will reward them with what they desire. But the truth is, the universe is not rewarding your effort. It is simply reflecting your state. If your state is one of scarcity, doubt, or fear, that is what you will see reflected in your life. On the other hand, if you align with a state of abundance, love, and trust, those will be the experiences that the universe mirrors back to you. The moment you realize this, the process of manifestation becomes effortless. You stop forcing outcomes and start embodying the frequency of what you desire. This is the essence of living in the God state. to be so aligned with the frequency of your desires that the external world has no choice but to reflect them. The key is to stop chasing after the outcome and start embodying it in every moment. As you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your desired reality, the universe shifts accordingly. Living this way is not just about manifesting material things, it's about aligning with the energy of the universe and becoming a channel for that energy to flow through you. When you embody the energy of love, compassion, and abundance, you become a magnet for those qualities in your life. You no longer have to struggle or chase after what you want because you have already aligned yourself with the energy that attracts it. As you continue to embody the God state, you will begin to notice the subtle shifts in your life. Opportunities will arise, people will show up, and synchronicities will occur, all in response to the coherent frequency you are broadcasting. This is the magic of quantum manifestation. It is not about forcing the universe to give you what you want. It's about aligning with the flow of the universe so that it naturally responds to you. But here's where most people get tripped up. They expect the external world to change instantly. They want to see proof that manifestation is working right away. And when they don't see the immediate results, they slip back into old patterns of doubt and frustration. The truth is, manifestation is a process. The field will reflect your alignment, but it may take time for the external world to catch up. The key is to remain centered, continue embodying the frequency of your desires, and trust that the universe is always responding to you, even when you can't see the immediate evidence. Living in the God state is not about perfection, it's about consistency. It's about returning to coherence time and time again, even when life tests you, when the mirror seems slow to respond, and when doubt creeps in. The more you live in alignment with your desires, the more you become the embodiment of the frequency that attracts them. And the more you align, the more the external world begins to reflect that alignment back to you. This is the true power of quantum manifestation. It's not about doing, it's about being. It's about embodying the frequency of your desires and allowing the universe to reflect that back to you. As you continue to practice this, you will experience the effortless unfolding of your desires. You will stop chasing, stop waiting, and start living in the flow of manifestation. And as you do, the universe will respond with abundance, love, and fulfillment in ways that you can't even imagine right now. The more people who live this way, embodying coherence, alignment, and trust, the more we create a collective frequency that uplifts everyone. This is why community matters. This is why anchoring your state through ritual and shared declaration matters. As you align yourself with the God state, you become a part of a greater movement, a movement of people living in coherence, creating a ripple of transformation in the world. So, to truly live the hidden science of quantum manifestation, you must embrace coherence as your natural state. You must stop waiting for external proof and start embodying your desires in every moment. This is the key to unlocking the life you've always wanted. And it's not something you have to strive for, it's something you are meant to remember and live from. As you embody coherence, you will see the field shift around you. You will stop chasing outcomes, and instead, you will start embodying them. And when you live this way, the universe has no choice but to reflect back to you the reality you've already created.